everyone, my name is Cymiah.
And I'm Britnee Blake.
And welcome to The Water Down.
Water down.
First off, shout out to Cymiah for looking like a 21st century Whitley Gilbert. Clap it up. Welcome to episode 3, where we are going to talk about social media versus the people. Let's get into it. So Britnee, when did you first get social media?
I got social media the summer after 5th grade. I knew I was going to be going to a different city, a different school. I'm like, I got to keep up with my homies and everything like that. So I remember that day. I was sitting on my little couch with my tablet. That's all downhill from there.
I had one in like 5th grade that was super cringy, and all I posted was those stupid memes that were like from iFunny that was like epic fail. It was so cringy, and I would like make. Y'all, when I was little, somebody had a Vine. I was back in the day. I was doing it, but I wasn't allowed to have social media, so I didn't get social media until. Yeah, my mama made me delete my Instagram, which is fine. She saved me. But people found it in 9th grade. That was so embarrassing. I deactivated it, but I kind of wish I still had it because it's actually comedy gold. I didn't get Instagram until my senior year of high school. Little things matter, like emojis and how you text and the link. I didn't know none of that stuff mattered because I wasn't exposed to it. So I was really living in my head. Like it was a good life. I still enjoy social media, but it was a good life. But yeah.
From 11 years old, that's when I started like learning everything. Like there's certain etiquette you have online and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think it made me not conscious or self-conscious, stuff like that, but I knew there were certain rules to follow, and I kind of like stuck within that box from a very young age, which I feel like is kind of deprecating. And now
the whole internet etiquette thing.
Yeah, and I think that it kind of goes into, I guess, thinking of etiquette, there's also aesthetics and stuff like that. And I know when I first got Instagram, I was like, okay, I have to have a theme. I have to have something that's cute. I have to have something that's like concise, and no one's gonna think that it's like ugly. It has to like be pretty and stuff like that. That was the worst mindset ever, because I feel like it limited me to where I felt like I need to have like a certain type of photo for it to be post-worthy. Like there's no like, I've seen like the term casual posting. I didn't do that because I felt like something wasn't like worthy enough to go on my page. Had to be the right color, a right framing, everything like that. It was.
I just learned about casual posting this week, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. I was listening to a podcast and they said casual posting and they explained it, but all of that is manufactured too, because like now you have to get the right angle so it looks like the best casual post.
Exactly.
It's all fake.
It's so fake.
And it's okay because people are creative in those ways. I feel like Instagram is certainly like that is art in itself, because the way people take pride in their aesthetic, it's interesting. I wouldn't knock it, but it's not real. Instagram is your highlights. Everybody knows that. They understand that, so that's okay. I still can't work Twitter. I just got one last week.
Yeah. Specifically got Twitter just so you can tweet for like the Water Down.
Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of Twitter though, you guys should follow us. We love all 3 of our followers.
So I wanted to take a moment to talk about the amazing opportunities that social media brings and how far I'm willing to go with it. So I feel like social media definitely it's its own job now, which is so cool. People are millionaires off of being influencers. It kind of blows my mind. And I don't really want to have a grand opinion on it other than like they're doing their stuff. They're getting their bag. Do you. Like that's really cool. But here's why I will never be an influencer. I applaud the people who can do that, but it's the way how, you're a normal person who just heightens up their life and now everybody's holding you to a standard. It's kind of weird. And it's based off of luck.
In addition to it being luck, there are some people that actually do work hard. I know some of them have like agents and like that's like an actual thing for them. So it's not purely luck sometimes. I feel like they do turn into a job to where you actually have to like work for it. It's not just like, oh, I like you, you're cool.
For a lot of teens, I feel like it's luck. Like it's just people think you're
there
really
are
cool.
Some people I see that maybe it is luck. Some people just like you, and I'm just like,
yeah, and it kind of, and then you're like, whoa, I'm interesting, and then you go through that spiral.
Maybe eating cereal, getting like thousands of likes.
And I'm like, and I don't want to be a hater because I understand. Do you like that's cool, but
I want to do it sometimes.
And freebies. And everybody's a hater sometimes. And once you recognize that, you could kind of be like, step back and be like, how could I be better? They're doing, because if I was in their position, I'd do the same thing. Like, things like that. I'm probably not going to put this much of the cut in.
Yes, I am hopeful for today.
Back to what I was saying, I don't think I could be an influencer not only because of the stress that comes along with it, the strive for perfection would kill me. I can't. But also the algorithm. How quickly it can change is scary. Like, YouTube is a big example of that. There are certain influencers or YouTubers or people in general on social media that work hard. They're doing their thing, and then the algorithm will switch, and then all of a sudden their views drop. And you just lost your job. Like, that's so scary. That or people outgrow you, and that's its own entity in itself. But it's kind of scary how if you don't choose to grow along with your followers or stick to one thing and completely, you have to fall in love with the character you built in the first place as you grow.
Ooh.
Like, that's
you were in a box at that moment.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I feel like people are so like ever evolving. Trends change, things change. Things change, people change too.
Never thought the circumstances would have changed you.
Okay, anyways, I feel like some people are in a box even though people are changing like constantly. I feel like I cry. You hear about like there's certain people that have, I guess, a facade all the time. They're like, I can't do this anymore. Like, they gotta take the Miley wig off and be like, this is me. I've changed, but like
a good Hannah Montana moment.
Exactly. So one thing I want to mention about, like, I guess you're saying people are like outgrowing content, or I guess what their brand is and stuff like that. I want to talk about content creators in the whole term in itself. Being an artist, I hate the word content because like it's something to like feed out constantly, even if it doesn't have like value to you. Because I know I struggle as like an artist being like, okay, I made this, now I gotta like wait until I have inspiration to do something when I feel like I need to do something immediately. Some people have like weekly posting, daily posting and stuff like that, and it's not really authentic, and you can tell sometimes. Unless it's like one of those like how-to type of things where you can constantly show people how to do something. If it's nothing like that to where it's like being able to be regurgitated, it's such like dense content to where like it's inauthentic, and I feel like that puts you in a box as well. You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand. To bounce off what you said, when I first got Instagram, there were a lot of rules to abide by that I didn't understand, and it made me nervous. And eventually I developed post anxiety, and I got into this habit of posting and running. I would exit out the app. I would just like run away from it. And now I've gotten a lot better in a way that like, I look at the comments. And it literally, no one grand follows me other than my mentor. So really I'm just looking at my family, my friends, just being like, oh, this is really cool. But I just want to post things that I like. I just want to post things that I think are really cool, or art that I make that is really dope, my poetry, whatever, my spoken word, a monologue, whatever. But it became like, okay, well, you could use social media to get bigger in your acting stuff, or you could use it to build your platform. And the stress of it, I don't enjoy it much, which is kind of crazy because we were like, let's make a YouTube channel. But I like stuff like this. I like sitting down and making art and showing it to the world. It's just the way people will harshly judge your stuff makes me kind of skeptical, but it's not something we should run from.
I feel like that kind of is like a big monster when it comes to social media, but then you kind of, I guess you get into it, you get used to it. And I think this is like, what, third year you've been on social media kind of? So it's still new to you. I feel like as you grow, you realize like a lot of this doesn't matter. There are like these unspoken words or whatever, unspoken rules, but like it doesn't really matter. And that's a mentality for yourself. Ain't nobody else gonna help you realize that it's for you and only you. So
I just feel like since I am kind of still new to it, I want to continue to only post things that I like. I don't want to post things just because I feel like I have to, so I feel relevant or whatever in some way. I want to post whenever I think something is really cool and I really enjoy what I did, or I think I look cute, and that's it. And I move on about my day. That's been my new thing that I've been trying to follow, and not caring about what people think, especially as we move forward in the world with whatever we desire to do. So yeah.
Exactly. I feel it's a good mentality to make. Look at this growth.
We trying out here.
One thing I want to mention is the fact that though we are in the social media world, which is fake, there is no timeline for anything, and you're not behind. What I mean by that is that a lot of people seem to kind of rush when it comes to like posting stuff, or feeling like you have to put like your milestones out at a certain time, and it's just like, babe, chill, it's okay.
Right.
Like, not everything comes at the same time for everybody. Like, you may graduate later than your friends. That's okay.
Yeah.
You might feel like, okay, I can't post about it now because now I'm late. You're not late. You're not behind. You're where you're supposed to be. You know?
I've had a conversation with my sister about this recently. Like, this isn't a rat race. We don't like life completely starts out, and you'll realize if we have any younger audience members, you'll realize as soon as you graduate from high school, it's a free world. Like it's free reign. We're no longer on the same path. We all at once were like, okay, we know we're gonna graduate from high school. After that, it's free game. Like you could do whatever you want and you're on your own separate path, and you shouldn't judge yourself based off of other people's paths. Because you might think, oh, this person's having kids. I don't even got a man yet. You know, that's an actual like thing in college, which is so crazy. Or you might think this person graduated early, like you said, or this person already got this internship. What am I doing? That's wrong. And no, you're going on your path. That's not yours, and you have to be okay with that. I'm talking to myself here. You know, so that's definitely something to think about as you transition into like getting more into social media or not, or stepping back. A lot of people take breaks, and that's healthy too.
My last point I want to make, we're talking about milestones that kind of can't really be at everybody's same time. Another thing is the fact that a lot of that stuff is embellished. Someone can post like, oh my gosh, I graduated. They probably had like 14 breakdowns before they had that. They went through a family trauma. Like there's so much things you don't post on there to realize that like, okay, they did post that and they seem happy or whatever, but what about the process?
Right.
It was not all glitz and glam. It was a hard path, you know?
You're showing a moment
Exactly.
out of a whole timeline.
Exactly.
So, well, social media, it could be really cool, but it's a dangerous game for sure.
And it's fake most of the time. As long as you're your authentic self, that's the best thing you could be.
Hear you. Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on our third episode of The Water Down.
Come join us next week on Water Down Wednesday. See you next week.
23 minutes? Hurry up! Come on, girl, Ooh, can you do Stitch? Never mind, you couldn't even do Will. Alright. Yeah, drink that water. Drink that freaking water.
That sounds like a beat. Drink that water. Drink the freaking water. If my hair doesn't look decent, I can't see. Thank you. I can stick that at the end.